take him. No, I don't think I can. Hello, everyone. Hello, Michigan. Hello. Okay, thanks, everybody. Good job. Michigan. So who came the farthest in Michigan within the state? The farthest from here to get here today? You don't even know? Where did I come from? Where? Give me this. Lansing? You can do better than that.
I know. Nobody else is
like 20 minutes away. Apparently high says jack shit. What do you like it? What do you got?
The thumb.
The thumb?
The thumb.
Can anyone beat the thumb?
Grand Rapids.
Is that further away than the thumb?
Yes.
You sure about that? Can anyone beat Grand Rapids? There's a lot of people here this weekend from Grand Rapids, which supposedly is thriving now, I hear.
Yeah.
You can't make fun of that city as much anymore. That's where the boomstick is from, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Wow. You're from Grand Rapids? What do you do in Grand Rapids?
I used to work in finance.
You used to work in finance. Now you hang out at conventions and spend all the money that you made working finance. I like it. And who are you with?
My daughter, Ava.
Your daughter, Ava?
Yeah.
Hi, what the hell are you doing here? You don't like horror, do you?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's your favorite horror movie?
I don't know if it counts as horror, but The Quiet Place.
The Quiet Place. It's her movie. You don't have to. Nice judgment on her stupid movie. And what did you like about that horror movie?
I like the uniqueness of it being quiet like the entire time.
Being quiet. We don't know how to do that. We don't know how to be quiet. We don't know how to look quiet. We don't know how to sit quiet. We don't know what. Do you know what quiet is? When's the last time you sat and did nothing for an hour? Never. Like when you were sleeping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean,
You gotta calm your brain down, kid. It's gonna heat up and explode. Why do you like horror? Because you feel like you're glad to be alive, even though the person on the screen is being tortured beyond belief? Are you a sadist? Is that what the problem is? Her mother's shaking her head, yeah. Okay, but do you like the peril of it? Yeah?
yeah.
I need answers, lady, because
It kind of helps in the fact that I don't have it as bad as
you don't have it as bad as them. Like, your life with your mom is kind of, it is what it is. But you're not being chased around with a guy with a machete, right, and a mask. Yeah, good point. Can anyone beat those storms? You think some lost French trapper got caught right around Grand Blanc?
from Grand White.
And do you know that to be true, that story of a French trapper caught in a snowstorm? C'est sacré bleu, grand blanc. Being white, grand blanc, right? In French. Being blanc. Nothing. What do you do there?
I work.
You work. I don't know what that is, ma'am. I don't know. What's your job?
I work as a janitor.
Janitor. I was a custodian, a custodial engineer at a vocational technical school. I cleaned up the hair salon and found the notes that the girls were passing to each other. They're catty little mean notes. You girls are nasty. So where are you a custodian?
At
At
an elementary school.
the elementary school? How are those little brats? Are they messy?
Oh yeah.
What's the grossest thing you have to clean up? Barf, usually. Someone always hurls, like probably once a week. And they bring the crap out. Do you still have the crap that you shake it out on top of it? It kind of soaks it up, and then you can kind of get the shovel and get it out of there. It kind of helps solidify it. You don't have that? And it smelled as bad as barf. So you smell that and go, the barf didn't get you the smell of that stuff. But do you use a product like that? Man, you've got to, at an elementary school, you've got to have encountered bowel movements of all kinds. Right? Sally Jenkins, let it rip, in the hallway. Do you have special, like, squeegees and stuff just for body products? Custodian, I'm curious, because I was a custodian in the 70s. A lot could have changed since then. 40 years of custodial practice.
Yeah, we do have special cleaning products that we use for that.
What do they call it? Like crap away? Like, what's the catchy product name for that? Whiz-be gone? Right? Squeegee wee squeegee.
No, there's nothing really special.
It's just a Dow Chemical from Midland, Michigan product. You act like you're not a custodian. Okay, so nobody came from very far away, obviously. Who is the laziest bastard in the room? Yes. Why? You're from where? You're from Ipsy. Is anyone from closer than Ipsy?
I got him beat by 5 miles.
You got beat by 5 miles. Where are you from?
It's right off Union campus.
Right off the EMU's campus. Can anyone beat right off EMU's campus? Like, does anyone live across the street?
Prospect.
Huh?
Prospect.
The road Grospect?
Prospect. Right, closer.
Prospect. Is that closer than what you're talking about, sir? You may have to whip out your Google Maps to prove this. You guys are really enthusiastic about this. Please pass this. This is $5 for being the laziest bastard here. Don't steal it. I guess no one can really beat Grand Rapids.
He came from Waterford and I came from Warren, but I don't know how bad that
Yeah,
is.
Waterford just doesn't count. Give $10 to Grand Rapids, $5 to the mom, and actually give both to the daughter. Mom's just gonna get liquored up, so it's not worth it. So kid, buy some Quaaludes with that. The formative years are important. I had a kid sleep over and he brought a Quaalude with him in like 8th grade. And we pitched a tent out in the backyard and we dropped it in the grass and we could not find it. And I'm drug free to this day. And then I had a joint that was in the same guy, this troublemaker. The guy's probably dead now. He goes, "This is marijuana, you should try some." So he gave me this shitty little pin joint. I was so terrified, I kept it in a little notebook in my pocket for until it disintegrated, because I thought, I don't know, I saw one of those videos, they did a PSA for someone, like an anti-drug thing. And they got the greatest camera angle ever. I remember this angle. It was inside the toilet. And I thought, if you smoke marijuana, you're going to be barfing in the toilet. That's what I assumed the connection. That's not true, kid, but just go with it. Don't do drugs unless I'm with you. All right, let's open it up to your general. Royal Oak. I was born in Royal Oak at the William Beaumont Hospital. I will not be dying there. William Beaumont Hospital, Royal Joke it was called at the time, Royal Joke. That's where you get a flat top haircut. Because if we go back there, I can't afford to park there. So I 2 hours free.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Okay, I take it back about your crappy time rule. Yes, you can ask any random question now.
Okay, random question.
Yeah.
Is there anything creatively that you haven't done yet that you would like to?
If I haven't done it yet, I probably shouldn't do it yet. That means I don't know how to do it. The most money I ever made for a day of work was doing something I couldn't do. I did one commercial for Old Spice. And it was fun, right? It was great. And then I did the second Old Spice commercial where I sing Hungry Like the Wolf as like a jazz number and made more money in one day I've ever made before. And I was like, I'm a poser. It was a total imposter syndrome, but man, I took their money. I took their Procter and Campbell corporate money. You know I did. Oh, yeah. It started that whole stupid campaign of Old Spice. They spent $100 million trying to prove to you it was not your father's smelly crap anymore. They took. You have to look. Old Spice is really teeny, and it's a whole new brand name. They covered it up. Yeah. I forget the stupid name they did to cover it up, but that's all right. Doesn't matter. We're back to random questions. Yes.
What's your favorite role you've ever done?
I'm not dead yet, of course. Favorite role is the one I just wrote for myself. It's a movie called, because people don't write movies for 66-year-olds, in case you're curious. They're kind of done. We're finishing up now. Whose wife dies, and turns out she has a big, long list of what to do with her ashes. There's a lot of unfinished business. Not all of it happy. So it's like Hallmark with swearing. And they have what I call a hall monitor that they have there on the set. And they look through the camera and they make sure the shot is Hallmarky enough. Because it's all holiday stuff. It's usually Christmas. So they'll actually look at the monitor. That's the hall monitor who does that. Yes, right there. Are you looking at your phone or are we having a conversation? Both. He's so much more interested in himself. Oh my God. You little shit, put your phone down. No, I'm not going to answer your question. Now I'll ask you a question.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
So after the first Evil Dead came,
Yes.
did you think you would
Ever have a career? It took 4 years to finish, so there were 3 years that I did not think I would. And then it made money. At the end of Evil Dead 1. We thought, well, either our careers die or Ash comes back from the dead. So that's why we have a trilogy that makes no sense at all. It's meant to be a trilogy. It's true. George Lucas in some meth-fueled 5-day binge wrote all of Star Wars, right? Years worth. Episode 9, 7, 8. Han Solo had the whole thing. Our main character's dead after the first one. That's it. That's the mythology. There's no book, there's no about in that malevolent force at the end of the movie. We're like, yeah, that's it. So Evil Dead 2 made money. We made money before we were even done filming, because it was sold around the world. And then we did Army of Darkness, and we thought, let's go crazy. Let's really make an epic, like the Vikings. Let's make a big epic. We went way over budget, and the movie bombed, and it killed the franchise for 15 years. Great memories. Great memories. And then we did Ash vs. Evil Dead. Appreciate that you're clapping now. Most illegally on the show. And Starz made a very, very tragic mistake. They gave you a 30-day free trial. Oh my God, because you cheap bastards went. Yeah, I'll take 30-day free trial. Binge, cancel! You didn't pay a cent for the show. Most of you. Yes?
I had to, because it's the only way I could get it back home.
Is what?
I had to buy the shit, because I couldn't get it.
Well, you're the only one in this room. That doesn't keep the show on the air, sir. People are like, why'd that show? Why? Don't start that. This is a great country. I don't give a shit what's wrong with it. I don't give a shit. Detroit's full of shit. Michigan's a shit. There's tons of shitholes in this country. There's tons of shitholes around the world. There's tons of shitholes in the UK. I'm serious. Let's not go nuts.
I know the world's a shithole, I get it. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of nice places too. Come to Oregon sometime. But don't stay. Yeah, in the back.
Have you done
stories?
Yeah.
Man. Blair Witch, did they not say, like, based on a true story, like, we found this actual footage? That's fucking brilliant. Brilliant. It's my favorite movie, and I've never seen it. Because of what they were able to pull up. They shot it really cheap, right, on some guy's credit card. Sold it, did not make that much money. The person who bought it made all the money. And then they made a shitty sequel. So there you go. Sometimes you can just fake that it's an original story. Yeah, I've done like TV movies. Like I did a movie called Gold Rush about the first female gold miner, starring Alyssa Milano. How's that work for you? It didn't light your fire, did it? I didn't really do it. Why do you care about historical accuracy? What are you doing here? You like history? Okay, cool. Yes, right back there. Yes.
One of your favorite parts of filming Briscoe County Jr.
Briscoe County Jr. was great on many levels.
I loved it so much.
Good, I'm glad you love Briscoe County Jr. Two reasons I love it. Kelly Rutherford. I did those scenes for free. I got to learn how to ride a horse the proper way.
Yeah.
With this really tough Marine, Gordon Spencer, who's like, you'll fucking learn how to ride this horse right now. Kick your ass. He'd come up to me some days and go, you really are a phony fucker, aren't you? I go, what are you talking about, man? He goes, I'm just kidding, just kidding. He wasn't really kidding. But he was great. He taught movie horses, filming movie horses is a very, very fine art, and we learned it to the T on Briscoe. There's 5 horses for the one horse.
Really?
Oh yes, did we fool you? Because there's one horse named Strip. Strip is the horse that is the beautiful horse with all the colorings. All the 3 white socks and the stripe in the front. Well, that horse is crazy. That is a trick horse, right? So that horse does, the nudges and all that crap. So do not ride that horse. Because as a trick horse, it's always going, it's like a crack horse. Where's my trick? Where's my trick? Where's my trick? Because you'd always give it a treat after they did the trick. So it was a whole, I had a grain pouch in my pocket.
Oh, really?
I was the only one who was allowed to reward the horse after a trick. So you do the shot, and then I come over and I give it to the horse. So I was the guy. I was the drug dealer. The only thing that would change is during the tape, I didn't reward it.
Yeah.
So he'd come in and do some nudges, and I wouldn't give him anything, and he'd go, what the fuck? And he'd start nudging me again. I'm like, where's the stuff? And we had a couple of scenes of like, all right. We kept it in of like me talking to the horse, and great relationship. So that was the pretty horse, but you didn't ride it. I rode a horse named Copper, which I called Leadbelly. 14 years old. I mean, the back was starting to go, I mean, this is a horse that, it was called a dialogue horse. So if you had dialogue, and you didn't want that horse to go anywhere, that's the horse that you would use. Because that horse is like, oh, thank God I can just stand here. But during the course of the season, I would use that horse more and more, and he got into shape. And I'm like, after a while, God damn, I thought you were an old horse. What's happening here? And then one horse was just for rearing. His name was Ace. And it was done with a leg cue. I do it with my, the front of my boots. And the horse was like, okay, I'm going up. And the wrangler said, you have to pick a side. Otherwise, the horse hits you directly in the face. And when it rears, it's going, man. And you better counterbalance or you're both going over. So A, pick a side. B, counterbalance, and you learn both really quick. Whoa, boom, and then the thing's back down on the ground. It's like, shit. It's so fast. It's really surprising. So, and then we had one horse named Boss. And Boss was only ridden by stunt guys. Because this is a horse that could catch a train. And an actor doesn't want to ride it. I rode it once, and the guy goes, just test it out, just test it out. I get it on, I take the reins, and I just pull it a little to the left. It goes, it spun in a 180. It went, wow, fuck, I'm getting off this thing right now. I think they call it Widowmaker, you know. So we would tell the directors, and the new director would come in. Yeah, okay, Bruce, you're going to get up on this horse. Yeah, you'll say, hey, goodbye, lady. You're going to rear up, and then you're going to race out of town. We go, great, that's 3 horses, 4 different shots. The guy goes, what? They all want it to happen magically.
Yeah.
In one piece. Because here's how you have to fool the horse. I get on the horse, say goodbye to Kelly Rutherford. And that's what I'm supposed to do. So between take 1, if they wanted to take 2, I now had to confuse the horse. So I get on the horse and ride him in circles. And then the horse goes, ah, shit. Am I racing off or am I walking in circles? So you do take 2, and then you race off again, and the horse is like, ah, shit, you fooled me, you fooled me. So if they want to take 3, you have to actually race it in the opposite direction, and then ride it in a circle in the opposite direction, and then like point it in the other direction, and then get ready to go. That's getting like 1 shot. And you deprive the directors from saying the A word. Action. That's what these people are born to do. Ready, and action! The horses know what each of the cues are. Assistant director goes, roll sound! All right, sound guy's supposed to start rolling. The horses know what that means. Their ears go, shit, we're about to shoot. And they get really tight, and they get really nervous, and they start bouncing around. And ready, and roll camera. They know that one too. Now they're like, And action was, of course, set them off like crazy. So this was roll sound. Well, the horse doesn't know what that means. This is roll sound. Stand by. Come ahead. And so if I'm the camera and you're me on the horse, they're herd animals, right? So if I have to ride from around the corner, you better have 2 horses back there with him. Because if you were back there alone with the horse is going, where's my buddies? Shit, where's my buddies? And you start freaking out. If you put 2 horses back there, you face your horse toward their horses, and they bite each other and like get all pissy, but they want to be with each other. So you face them away, they go, come ahead. You turn their head, and then you race around the corner, past the camera, and you better have 2 horses back here that he can run to. Otherwise, he's going back to base camp. And you ain't stopping that horse. I'm free! That's shooting with horses. I've never seen it done that well ever before. And if you watch the show, there's great fucking horse work on it. Just great horse work. We learned every single trick, every trick that they had, shooting with horses. Really exciting. And all the old towns were in these movie ranches outside of Los Angeles, and they were already creaking at the knees because they were already 30 and 40 years old. The Melody Ranch, where Gene Autry, the singing cowboy from like the 30s, he had a ranch and a movie set. But you couldn't get any low-angle shots like Westerns love to do, because you'd see all the mansions up all around the canyon that were now built that were not there in 1930. We shot at every single one, probably half a dozen. They're all gone. They're all subdivisions. But it's really great to work. Like, they bulldozed Laramie Street on Warner Brothers. That was our street. That was our western town. To make Wisteria Lane from Desperate Housewives. They plowed us under, the bastards. That's all right. So a little horse diversion. Yes. Yes.
What advice would you have to give to an aspiring horror filmmaker?
Why aren't you making a movie right now?
Taking a break.
Bullshit. I call bullshit. You don't get a break. Why don't you get a break?
Yes, it's Sunday.
I don't care what day it is. Doesn't matter. No, I mean, that's the theory. Don't, we never got advice because there is no advice. Advice is if you're lazy, you will absolutely fail. Movies were a lot harder to make back in the day. You had to go to a laboratory in downtown Detroit and buy the Kodak film stock at their prices. You didn't have a check. You weren't getting that film stock. And then you'd film for whatever, 10 minutes, and flap, 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 flap. Fucking thing rolls out. I guess I better go buy more Kodak film stock. Then you film it and you gotta take it to a lab to get the negative developed, then a working print. I mean, the whole process was an absolute nightmare. Now you have a camera that's 4K,